So now we know what P and Q do. Why is there an A there? What does it do? You might remember from the 4.3 math lab that it bends the graph. So what we're going to do is just a simple explanation using an example. So we're going to make A the change of shape. If I had a simple example for a formula like, let's see, we've got y equals 2 times x minus 1 squared plus 3. So nice straight read. I'm going to graph that by using everything that I know about graphs. So far we know that P is the vertex coordinate, so I could go the vertex coordinate is P and Q together. This is a straight read out of the -1, so it's going to be 1 and 3. So that's going to be my vertex coordinate. If I want to put that on here, that tells me that it's going to be at 1 and 3. Now a normal quadratic graph would follow the shape over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4, and so on. This is not a normal graph, though it has a 2 here. So what I'm going to do is apply that 2 to the vertical, and I'm going to say it goes over 1, up 2. It goes over 2, so that for the 2 that goes over from the vertex point, then it's going to go, instead of going over 1, 2, and up 4, it's actually going to go up 8, but it's already at 3, so it's going to end up really high up here at 11. So this point would end up being 1, 2, 3, and 11. This point was the one we started with, 1 and 3. If it had followed a normal quadratic pattern, it would go over 1, up 1, to 2 and 4. But since there's a 2 here, it has to go up over 1, up 2. So it becomes 2 and 5. So you see the y gets stretched by a factor of whatever this is. And the same thing would happen on this side, so I would have this point here, always stemming from this original point. You just count it out. It's supposed to be over 1, up 1. If there's a 2 here, it's over 1, up 2. If there's a 3 here, it's over 1, up 3. So it's how much it's distorting the shape of the graph. So I'm going to have another point up here. What I should end up having is a graph that looks kind of like this. Now, I can go in my graphing calculator and double check that just to make sure. So I'm going to go y equals, the clear button, 2 times x minus 1, close bracket square, plus 3, hit my graph, and indeed, I'll show you that one. I've got a graph that looks a lot like mine. So that's what A does. A determines the shape of the graph. It's going to be applied to your y value from a normal distribution of a quadratic graph, which is over 1, up 1, over 2, up 4. Or if it was a negative, if this was a negative value, it would be over 1, down 1, because you're going to have that shape of the bowl emptying out. So now you know A, P, and Q. If you have a graph or an equation that is in this format, you're going to be able to sketch a graph of it without using your graphing calculator at all.